Hey, what's up? Alistair Cunningham here. Welcome to this week's show. And let me tell you something, I've got this really amazing woman on the show today, and she's doing amazing things in rent-to-rent, service accommodation, and she's absolutely dominating this space. Let me introduce you to Hilary, everybody. And let me tell you something, Hilary was the first ever woman that ever spoke on my stages. Hilary, introduce yourself, tell them who you are and what you do.
Hello, so my name is Hilary Calderwood. I'm originally from Canada. I moved here 5 years ago. And now I have a rent-to-service accommodation business. I've done some sourcing, and I've been helping you a lot with your stage work and with your events.
What's going on with stuff? There's loads of stuff flying around in front of us. All right, okay. So, Hilary, originally from Canada.
Yes.
How long have you been here?
5 years.
5 years?
And a bit, yeah.
Why did you leave? Because to me, Canada's beautiful. Like, you've got all the beautiful mountains, you've got the snow, you've got the bears, you've got all sorts going on there. So why did you leave Canada to come to England?
A couple of reasons.
Go on, hit me.
One is because I just wanted to change. I wanted to change the scenery. I wanted to meet new people. I wanted to travel. I just wanted something different. I just wanted to change.
What was so wrong with Canada?
Nothing's wrong with Canada. It just wasn't.
Okay, so what was wrong with your situation in Canada?
That's the question. I felt like, I had gotten into some habits that I wasn't proud of. I did...
Elaborate.
Made some decisions that I...
You went straight over that. What's like, so normal sort of bad habits?
Yeah, just bad habits.
Like drinking?
Yeah, stuff like that.
Staying out too long?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Things like that. I wasn't pushing myself anymore. I was just kind of, I got too comfortable. Everything was just mainstream.
What were you working as? What were you doing out there for work?
I was working as an assistant manager at a restaurant.
Okay, so you're working in a restaurant, but you got a bit comfortable and a bit blasé and a bit lazy and a bit like just mundane.
Yeah, I was having fun, but it wasn't challenging me. I wasn't feeling challenged, and I wanted something more, and I wanted just out of that space where I felt like I couldn't grow or I couldn't be me, you know? So I wanted to change.
So why the UK? Why not Germany? Or why not America? Why straight into the UK?
Because they speak English.
So do Americans.
Yeah.
What is it with the Canadians and the Americans? What is this argument?
Nothing's wrong
What's
with
the beef? Because it's like, if I said you're American, you get proper offended.
I don't.
Don't you? But a lot of Canadians do. Likewise, if I call like American and Canadian, they get proper offended. What's that all about? Is that like calling, I'm Scottish, I'm not English, I'm Scottish, but it's like calling me English.
Basically, yeah.
The same as?
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough. Right,
or like Kiwi, Aussie, you know.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, so you come to UK.
Yes.
Did you know anybody here, or was it a case of, I'm going to the UK and I'm going to make it happen?
Basically the latter. I have some very, very, very distant cousins in Kent, but
Not enough to know them, like, yeah, fine. So where did you first, when you come to UK, was it London you went straight to?
Went to Oxford first, because that's where I found a job first.
Right, and what was the job?
In a restaurant.
In a restaurant, okay, so.
That's what I knew how to do.
Yeah.
And then I moved to London 9 months later.
Right.
In another restaurant.
Okay,
that's what I knew how to do.
That's what you knew how to do. So really all you've done is you've changed one situation in Canada to a situation in London, but you actually don't know anybody in London.
Exactly. And you know, when I first moved, it was really exciting, and I was ready for a new start and ambitious and everything. And then I moved to London, and then it just kind of started to go downhill because I realized, okay, I'm still working in a restaurant, and I'm even more unhappy than I thought than I was in Canada.
See, the thing is, it's like anything, right? Like, whenever something's new, it's good. It's motivating. And this is like people that are getting into property, right? I see this all the time. They're motivated to do property, and they're eager for the first month. And then reality sits in, and that's what's happening with you. Reality is now sitting in, and it's like, crap, man. All I've done is I've changed like geographical location, but I'm still unhappy.
Yep.
I'm still working in a restaurant.
Yep.
And I've got no friends around me, and I've got no family around me.
Yep.
So it's actually worse.
It's actually worse because I don't have my sister, I don't have my mom, I don't have that support system, I don't have that community that I always love to have around me. Very lonely place.
Yeah.
Very lonely.
Obviously, there'll be people watching this that want to make that leap of faith and that want to do something. And you, fortunately, everything's worked out well, right? Yes. You're now very happy, you're in a very good situation. But that first year or two was very tough for you.
Yeah, well, the first 3
years,
maybe pushing 4 years was tough.
Wow, okay.
Because then COVID hit, right? So then that just didn't help anything.
That just elaborated everything, didn't it? Yeah. So, you're working in a restaurant.
Yep.
We met at an event, at a property event.
Yep.
How do you get from restaurant to property?
Well, at the time it was my partner who really wanted to do property. So that's why I went to the event, and then I met you.
Yeah.
And then I really spearheaded the property business.
You sort of took over, didn't you?
Yeah.
And I trained you through property, and I was working with you, learning, teaching you through property. Did you have money to invest? I can't remember your situation.
Yeah, I had some money back in Canada that I transferred over, and that's how I got my first rent to SA.
So you were rent to SA was the first movement for you?
Yes.
Right, okay. So you moved from Canada, moved to Oxford, then to London, and then you got your first rent to rent SA after attending the training that I delivered.
Yes.
Where was it?
Swansea.
Swansea, that's in Wales. Man, so you moved to Oxford, lived in London, but had property in Swansea. Right, you're probably getting around.
I would choose, at the time it was a good decision.
But, what happened with the property in Swansea?
That was my first one. I got it in June 2020.
Okay.
And we're actually giving back.
So June 2020, so that's 3-4 months into lockdown.
That's in the lockdown.
So you took a property on mid-lockdown, or we didn't know how long lockdown would last, but you took a property on right in the start of lockdown.
Yep.
That's crazy.
I was just getting impatient. I was getting impatient with things not happening, and I wanted success, and I wanted to get this journey started, and nothing. So, and then actually in June was when the first lockdown was kind of lifting. There was a little bit of light.
We know that wasn't true.
Yes, but at the time we thought maybe this is it.
Right.
So then I thought, okay, just screw it, let's do it. I'm impatient, I'll just get this one.
So you took on Swansea.
Yeah.
How much money did you put into it? Do you remember?
About 5.5, 6 grand or something.
Right, so you put a lot of money into it, and obviously we're in lockdown. We're in lockdown. You've got a property in Swansea. What was it? 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom?
2-bedroom.
2-bedroom apartment or house?
Apartment.
Right, 2-bedroom apartment on Airbnb, on Booking.com. We all know Booking.com and Airbnb are not getting many bookings at this point. Were you getting bookings?
It wasn't that bad actually. I had a good management company because obviously I'm in London and that's in Swansea, so I wanted a local company. And they got a lot of direct bookings with contractors and things.
Right,
so
fine.
that tied me over quite well actually.
Okay. Do you remember how much money it was making on a monthly basis? Just roughly. I know it varies up and down, but roughly.
Yeah, averaging about £400 a month.
Okay, so it's not enough to sort of quit your job.
No.
And it's not enough to sort of even give you any sort of financial stability. It's a nice little extra money every month, but it's not enough to say, wow, this is awesome. Yeah. Okay, so you got the first property in Swansea.
Yeah.
You then get a second property in Swansea. How much did it cost to set up?
That one was a bit more because we had to do a painting, carpet, stuff like that, and full furnishing. So that one was about 10 grand.
Right, okay. And where did the money come from for that?
From my investments back
So
in
just
Canada.
for your savings that you had money. Right, awesome. So you got 2 properties, making £1,000 a month.
Yep.
Do you remember how much money you were making from the restaurant?
I was taking home about $2,200 a month.
That's good for a restaurant.
Well, tips. With good,
fine.
With trunk and everything, yeah.
Oh, okay, fine. All right, that's actually really good. I didn't realise restaurant workers made that sort of money. I thought it was less than that.
That's what made me so comfortable.
Ah, fair enough. All right, so you got your tips and all your money from restaurant. Yeah. You now got your 2 properties. What next? How many? Because now you've got a lot of properties, and you've done a lot of business this year.
Yeah.
So how did you get from 2 to where you're at today?
To be fair, I got the 2 in the summer of 2020, the spring, summer of 2020. And then I kind of just sat back.
Right.
I said, okay, I got 2, let me sort this out. Let me
got
sit
comfortable.
Back. Yeah. So now I have 8, but it's taken me until...
So hold on. Now she has 8. Let's just emphasise that because you've gone from coming from Canada to the UK, Oxford to London, then getting 2 properties in Swansea, fast depleting of money, and then you've got 8.
Yeah.
So you got 8 essays in total. Okay.
Yes.
How are the okay? So you got 2. Now you got 8.
Yeah.
On average, how much are you making a month now from your properties, from your essays?
For profit or
just turnover, whatever, turnover, profit, but we'll decide whatever it is.
So revenue on average is about 17 and a half.
Right, so our business is making 17 and a half, let's say 17,500.
Yeah, from the essays.
From the essays, 17,500 times 12. She's got a business, that's wrong, 17,500 times 12. She's got a business now doing just under £250,000 a year in turnover. And how much are you making in profit-wise, roughly? I know, listen, turnover is vanity, profit is sanity, but profit changes every month because of the amount of bookings you get. Okay?
Yeah, especially with SAs, it varies so much. But usually profit is about £4,000.
About 4,000. So you're making £4,000 to £5,000 profit per month. Like that's a £60,000 a year salary. Right. So technically, you could give up. You don't have to work anymore. Now I know you don't work anymore. You work your SAs and you work your other businesses.
I work my SAs.
Yeah. So it's just like a job, but it is a well-paid job. You can't deny that.
Yeah, it's a good job. Yeah.
And it gives you the freedom and the flexibility to pretty much do whatever you want to do. All right, so that's your SA business. Now you've also packaged. You do a bit of deal sourcing on the side.
Yeah,
it's not your main. It's not your main sort of stream of income, but you do a bit of deal sourcing. Talk to me about that. What's that been like?
Yeah, so that was mostly last year in the spring, getting into summer, where I packaged and sold 10 deals.
Yeah, 10.
10, yeah.
Right, awesome. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How much did that generate for you?
20 grand.
20 grand. So is that profit?
Yeah, that's just from deal sourcing.
Yeah, so you made about 20 grand profit from doing 10 deals.
Yeah,
okay.
because some of them were packaged, some of them I set up, so.
Yeah, so overall 20 odd K. So you're making a good chunk of money now. You obviously joined my training in, you were like one of my early academy members.
I was, yeah.
I don't know which number, but you were very, very early.
I signed up in November 20.
It was towards the end of 21.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're one of my early academy members. You've done all my training multiple times.
Yeah.
You keep coming, all right? Keep coming back. What are the training events like?
They're so much fun.
Okay, explain that, elaborate on that.
I love the training because because every time I go, even though I've been in this business for over 2 years now, but every time I go, I still pick up information. I still learn new things from yourself, but from the other delegates as well.
Yeah, of course. I always say, listen, it's not about necessarily the person on stage. You will learn a lot from the people in the room just by listening to what their problems are, because you will probably have the same problems and they might fix it and it just happens to come out. So it's always about network and environment. Environment and network are crucial.
Yeah, well, and at this point, it's like, I'm going to an event, but I'm going to see my friends.
Yeah, fine. You're going for a weekend away to see your mates. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but then I also, like I said, I pick up business tips and things like that as well. So it's great.
The greatest thing about it is, when you're in business, your network is your net worth. So the more people you hang around with that are successful, the more successful you're going to be. And I know you've done business with Academy members.
Yeah.
Your business has grown as a result of it.
Yep.
And then obviously I started asking you to. You've done Tell the World as well. Like everyone I've spoken to today has mentioned Tell the World. So come on, tell my audience, what's Tell the World like?
That was my moment, because I did Tell the World in May 2021, and then I've gone to everyone since.
Right, fine. So you've done like 5.
So I've been a delegate once, and then I've been helping you for the other ones.
Yeah.
But that Tell the World in May 2021 completely changed my outlook, because at that time I was still quite lonely, and I was still having a lot of just personal problems.
Yeah.
For lack of a better word, personal problems. So that was really the first stepping stone into my whole process and journey of becoming the happier person that I am today. So that was really my first kick in the pants that I needed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
And excuse me, so much so you've come time and time again.
Yeah.
And you've come multiple times as a delegate, but multiple times as crew, as you've helped out speaking on stage, you've helped out as an assistant trainer. So you've been there multiple times and you've seen it from all different angles.
Yes.
Right? So you've seen it from a delegate point of view, and you've also seen it from a crew or a team member point of view.
Yeah.
How do you feel did you take anything from the different perspectives?
I take things away every single time I go.
No, but I mean from the different perspectives. So the last time you came and you were helping me out.
I was crewing last time.
So you were crewing. Yeah. You weren't in the environment. You were at the back. You were in the environment, but you were at the back of the room.
Yep.
So did you learn by just watching it from a different angle? Because this time you're not watching it from a delegate point of view. You're watching it from I'm here to give back and I'm here to serve.
Of course.
So you've got a different perspective. You've got a different role.
Yep.
So did you take any more from that role than the previous role? How did you find? How did you find it?
Because when you're a delegate, I'm focusing on myself and my own thoughts and my own processes during the
Yeah.
activities. Where when I'm crew, usually I'm at the back of the room overseeing everyone else, so I can watch how everyone else is responding and listen to their journeys and not be so focused on myself and be focused on them.
Yeah.
So that's been amazing.
How did you find watching it from a crew point of view and seeing the change in people from when they arrive to when they leave?
That's why I do it.
It's awesome, isn't it?
That's why I do it.
It's really phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like I know you're watching this and you're thinking, how much can you change over a couple of days? Come and see.
Yeah, because sometimes I know the people at Teleworld, and then there's always people that I've never met before.
Yeah.
And some people are quite quiet and reserved.
Yeah.
And those are the people that leave on the 4th day with a huge smile on their face. They've spoken to everyone. They're laughing, and they've just they've already started to come out of their shell.
It's like this
and
weight.
That's like.
It's like
That's
this weight.
amazing to
This
see.
weight's been lifted, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Like you'll never understand until you do it. You never
Yeah.
will. All I can tell you is just do it. Just do it. Don't stop thinking about it. Stop messing about. If you really want to change your life, if you really want to change your perspective, if you really want to change who you are as a person, then get booked on. Come and speak to me. Come and see me. Let me sort it out for you. Let me help you with that. The next one's in May, and it's going to be the best yet.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Guarantee it. And the offers we're doing at the minute to come along is just insane. It's insane. All right, so you've done Teleworld.
Yep.
Obviously, I've given you lots of opportunities to speak on stage. How have you found that?
That's been amazing as well. That's really helped me come out of my shell even further as well. And it's just
Awesome.
giving me more confidence. And it's being able to stand up there confidently and just being able to share my story. And maybe I've helped a person in a small sort of way, or anything about it. I love it.
The thing is, when you speak on stage, it's all about giving back. It's all about helping people. It's all about serving people, and it's all about relating with people. So, like, there'll be people watching this that have maybe moved here from a different country, and they're feeling lost because you felt lost.
Definitely.
And they can see inspiration that you've now got to a point where you've got a really good group of people around you. You've got a massive group of people around you that all want you to win, and you've got deals, and you're making money, and you're changing life, and you're able to now give back to your family back in Canada.
Yeah, I get to travel with them.
Travel. You've just been back to Canada in November. Was it November?
No, I went back to Canada in August.
August. Okay.
Yeah.
But did your mum come here in November?
No, we met in Costa Rica in November.
All right, I know you saw your mum at some point. So you went somewhere in November, but you went to see your mum. You got to experience, and it's just amazing stuff. It really, really is.
Yeah.
What's 2023 holding for you then? I mean, it's starting off with a pretty big bang because where are you off to next week?
Going to Bucharest.
Going to Bucharest.
Yes, for Train the Trainer.
Yeah, you're going to an event called Train the Trainer.
Yeah.
I've sorted out a couple of tickets for yourself and Ellen.
Yes.
To go over there and learn from some of my mentors. That's going to be very, very.
I'm quite antsy for that.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
I'm excited, but
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be good.
All right, what's 2023 hold for you then?
Basically, I want to systemize my business better. I want to take more control over my finances of my business. Just fine tune everything.
Yeah.
Cross all my T's, dot my I's, things like that. And then I also want to start buying houses as well again.
Yeah, awesome. You bought a house this year by refurb. That we're not going to go into that because it was a bit of a disaster. It wasn't your fault. You got ripped off by a builder and you got ripped off by somebody else. So we're not going to go into that. But ultimately, it did work out in the end.
It was fine.
You still made profit.
I learned things in the end.
You made £8,000. You made £8,000 profit. You went through a lot of stress, but you made a lot of lessons from it.
Definitely.
So,
and I'm grateful that happened on a smaller project and not on a bigger one.
Do you know, it's the exact same thing I was talking to Adam Pearson about half an hour ago, because he lost a lot of money on one product on Amazon.
Yeah, I remember that.
And he lost about £10,000. But it's because he didn't do the due diligence.
Yeah.
And I said, mate, just be grateful. It's the best lesson you've ever got. It's the best 10 grand you've ever lost. Because if you imagine that was £100,000 deal or £1 million deal,
That's what I mean.
yeah,
That's what I mean.
You're losing a lot more money. So,
Yeah.
all right, 2023, you want to focus more on yourself, focus more on getting the business systemized and working well. Obviously, I've got more opportunities for you on stage. You're off to Train the Trainer, but then I've got opportunities in Vietnam coming up that I obviously need to speak to you about. And also different places as well. We've got some big things happening this year, and you're very much a part of that, and we want you to be a part of that. Listen, how can they connect with you?
On Instagram, I'm on Instagram, Hilary Calderwood. On Facebook, my name is Hilary Calderwood. Yeah, or come to one of the events, because I'm basically at all of them.
Yeah.
So
Come to one of the events, apart from Property Sourcing Intensive next week, because you're not going to be there, because you're going to be you're in Bucharest. But otherwise, we're going to put our details below. And if you could give them advice, any advice for anybody watching this right now, they're looking to get involved in business and property, what would you say to them?
I would say that it's all about yourself and your mind first, because you can learn all of the lessons about property, but unless your mind's in the right place and unless you're ready to do it, you'll keep hitting roadblocks, or you'll make up your own roadblocks just so you don't go forward.
That's it. You'll make up your. I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
You'll make up your own roadblocks. That's amazing. I've never heard that before.
You can take that if you want.
I'm going to use that. Can I? You said it on my show, so it's mine. I'm kidding. You're going to make up your own roadblocks. That's the problem, and that's up here.
Yeah.
Listen, get involved. There's a link below. Get involved. Stop dicking about. Stop wasting your time. Actually, just work with people that know what they're doing. Work with people that take you seriously.
Yeah.
We're having a lot of fun today because that's what happens. In business, you have fun, right? Come along to events, meet Hilary, meet myself, enjoy yourself. The link is below, and I'll see you next week. Hilary, thank you for being on board, and I'll see you guys next time.